Have you ever stopped to think that sometimes the simplest details can completely transform or devalue the environment in which we live? I, a homemaker with over 50 years of stories, have learned that a home reflects not only what we have but, more importantly, who we are. And today, in a straightforward and no-nonsense way, I'm going to share with you, yes, you who are listening right now, the 9 things that can make your home look very poor, and even better, how to solve each one easily and transformatively. Before we continue, let me give you a heads up. If you think this chat might add a little magic to your life, subscribe to the channel right now. Don't be the one left out while everyone else is having fun discovering secrets that can change their home. After all, if you're not subscribed yet, I'm here to nudge your common sense with a hint of irony. You're not really going to stick with that boring decor, are you? Now, let's dive headfirst into this topic with authenticity, humor, and of course, that cheeky flair that only a life well lived can provide. Get ready to rethink every corner of your home, because what you're about to hear isn't the run-of-the-mill advice. It's the real, the fresh, and the creative. 1. Lack of personality in decor. Look, if your home doesn't have even a hint of your personal story, it looks like it was taken straight out of a disposable furniture store. I've been there myself, living in an environment with no soul, where everything was too neutral. No colors, no pictures or mementos that told something about me. The secret here is to be daring, to add a bit of yourself to every detail, whether it's an inherited object, a painting that moves you, or even a floral arrangement that surprises you. Decor without personality is like music without rhythm. It simply doesn't inspire. 2. Inadequate lighting. Who hasn't felt weighed down by a room with poorly planned lighting? I remember countless afternoons trying to find the perfect balance between natural and artificial light in my living room. The truth is, lighting can transform or destroy the atmosphere of a space. If you're living with dark corners or lights that seem like they belong to another era, try investing in modern lamps and, most importantly, in natural light. Open your curtains and let the sun in. It might be the revolution your home needs. 3. Worn out, unmaintained furniture. It's no use having a beautifully decorated home if the furniture is visibly worn out or poorly maintained. I've seen so many people settle for pieces that have long passed their prime, and my own experience has taught me that taking good care of what you have makes all the difference. Instead of just throwing things away, consider that a simple refurbishment or even a new arrangement of your furniture can breathe new life into pieces that have accompanied you for years. After all, well-maintained furniture tells a story, unlike those forgotten pieces tucked away in a corner. 4. Chaotic organization. If there's one thing I've learned over the years, it's that visual chaos is the enemy of inner peace. A cluttered home, with objects scattered without any system, exudes neglect and often abandonment. Organizing isn't just about tidying up, it's about creating a system that works for you. Take some time to discard what isn't needed and rethink the arrangement of your belongings. You'll be surprised how reorganizing can immediately make the space more welcoming and efficient. 5. Discordant colors. The colors we choose for our spaces say a lot about our mood and personality. I've been through phases where I used very strong colors in a room, only to regret it later. The trick is to find balance, colors that harmonize with each other and create a pleasant atmosphere. If your home looks like a mismatched patchwork, it's time to rethink your palette. I'm not saying you need to become an extreme minimalist, but rather that you should find a visual identity that brings both comfort and character. 6. Either excessive or insufficient accessories. Here, subtlety is key. A home that looks poor often has poorly distributed accessories, either overdone, turning the space into a museum of knickknacks, or completely devoid of them, leaving the space bare and uninspired. I've experienced both extremes and learned that balance is fundamental. Choose items that truly make sense for the space, whether it's a sculpture, a vase, or an antique clock, and display them in moderation. Every item should have a purpose and tell part of your story. 7. Lack of functional spaces. A home can be beautiful, but if the spaces aren't well planned for your routine, it ends up being just an empty backdrop. I have always believed that each room should have a clear function. If you live in a space where the bedroom blends into the living room or the kitchen doesn't inspire practicality, it's time to rethink the layout. Investing in multifunctional furniture and intelligently dividing the spaces can transform your home into a practical and pleasant haven. 8. Outdated fabrics and curtains. It may sound trivial, but fabrics also tell a story. Heavy curtains and dated fabrics can turn a cozy home into a dull and outdated environment. I, too, have fallen into that trap. The tip is to invest in fabrics that are easy to care for, modern, and bring a sense of lightness. A good set of curtains can, for example, enhance natural light while providing privacy and comfort. 9. Decor elements without purpose. Finally, there are those items that seem to be there just to take up space. There's no point in filling shelves with objects that don't harmonize with each other or with the rest of the decor. Each piece should have meaning and add value to the space. I learned that when choosing each element, it's ideal to ask yourself, does this really represent something important to me? If the answer is no, maybe it's time to reconsider that choice. Now, speaking from my heart, allow me to share some stories and reflections that have shaped my view of home. For many years, I lived in an environment where decor followed imposed standards. Everything was too uniform and devoid of personal touch. It was as if I were living in a set designed for a television commercial, lacking soul and warmth. That's when I decided that my home would be my fortress, a place that expressed every detail of my personality, my victories, my struggles, and of course, my imperfections. I learned that it isn't about having the most expensive house or the most modern furniture, but about creating an environment that communicates your story. I remember one day, tired of the sameness, I decided to invest in small details. A cushion here, a picture there, and the result was amazing. Every corner began to speak about me, and my home ceased to be just a shelter, becoming a reflection of my essence. And don't think that this transformation only happens through major renovations or astronomical investments. Often, a simple change in attitude and a more attentive eye to what really matters is enough to create a vibrant and welcoming space. It's not about following fleeting trends. What matters is being authentic and having the courage to innovate. Have you ever noticed how some homes seem to have been put together with not a spark of emotion? It's as if they were missing the soul of a home, the energy that only those who live there can feel. When we start to see our home as an extension of ourselves, every detail becomes an opportunity to express our individuality. Today, in my 50s, I can say with complete conviction that the true richness of a home lies in its ability to tell stories, to harbor memories, and to embrace dreams. And that's exactly why I devote myself to rethinking every element of my home, always seeking a balance between the practical and the aesthetic, between the modern and the traditional. I want you who are listening now to understand that it isn't about luxury or showiness, but about authenticity. If your home appears poor, maybe the solution lies in rediscovering what truly represents you and letting that essence spread throughout every corner of the space. After all, what's the use of having beautiful walls if they don't tell your story? Let me be frank, life is too short to settle for mediocrity. If you're tired of seeing the same routine and the same old standards, it's time to start a revolution. Not only in the look of your home, but in the way you live. Embrace change, dare to innovate, and above all, don't be afraid to show who you are. Think about it. How many times have you missed opportunities to transform your home out of sheer insecurity or complacency? The truth is that every small adjustment can make an enormous difference. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's that the courage to change comes from the desire to feel truly happy in the place where you live. And that's exactly what I want to convey to you. The idea that with a little creativity, patience, and a keen eye for detail, any space can be transformed into a home full of life and personality. You don't need $1 million house to have a corner that makes you proud. You just need the will to make a difference. As you reflect on each of these points, I invite you to look at your own home with fresh eyes. How about, right at this moment, identifying one detail you've always ignored that can be easily transformed? It might be a dull wall, an outdated lamp, or even that old piece of furniture you're afraid to fix up. Remember, every choice, no matter how small, is a step toward building an environment that truly speaks to your heart. I, who have lived so many stories and seen a bit of everything, guarantee that investing in yourself and in your home is one of the best decisions you can make. If you're still in doubt, consider this. A home that doesn't express your identity is like a book without stories. It simply doesn't captivate. And you, who have accumulated so many experiences and memories, deserve to live in a space that makes you feel whole and inspired. Now, returning to the main topic, the 9 things that can make your home appear very poor. I want to emphasize that the solution lies in small gestures and conscious choices. Every tip I've shared here comes from my own journey and years of learning from the everyday mistakes and successes. I invite you to reflect on the environment around you. Is it truly living up to its potential? Isn't it time to give it a makeover and transform every room into a true reflection of your essence? I know it may seem challenging, but believe me, every change, no matter how small, has the power to renew the energy of your home. And while the challenges are real, the solutions are well within your reach. You just have to have the courage to experiment, make mistakes, and learn. Imagine the satisfaction of welcoming friends and family into a space that radiates personality and charm. A place where every detail was designed to convey warmth and authenticity. That feeling of pride and well-being is undoubtedly the greatest gift you can give yourself. Don't settle for what's common or expected. True innovation lies in the daring to break away from the conventional and create something unique. If your home looks poor, maybe it's just because you haven't yet discovered the power of small transformations. At the end of each day when you come home, let the feeling be one of belonging and joy. May every corner reflect not only what you have but who you truly are. And remember, decor is only the beginning. The true luxury is in the story you build with every new day. Here's a sincere message. Don't wait for life to pass by before you value what really matters. Every conscious choice in decorating, every little adjustment in your space, is an investment in your well-being and happiness. So, I challenge you, today, choose one of the points I mentioned and start the transformation. Be bold, be authentic, and above all, be true to your essence. After all, a home with personality is the reflection of a life lived with passion and purpose. May this message inspire you to make more conscious choices and to value every detail of your home. And if you ever find yourself surprised by the transformation, because believe me, it will come, share that achievement with those you love. After all, true wealth lies in the ability to turn the ordinary into the extraordinary. And to conclude this conversation, let me say, if your home appears poor, the solution can be as simple as a change in perspective and a generous dose of creativity. You have the power to transform your space and, with it, your life. Now, tell me, what will be the first step in your domestic revolution? Remember to subscribe to the channel and, if you dare, share your discoveries, because transformation starts with a single act. Over the years, I've come to realize that true luxury isn't in material things but in the way we choose to live and feel in every space we inhabit. Every corner of our home can be a stage for the best stories of our life, if we have the courage to give it the attention it deserves. Don't be swayed by the complacency of soulless decor. Seek, experiment, and take risks. Life is too short to settle for the trivial and mundane. The richness of a home lies in its ability to reflect who you are, with all the imperfections, dreams, and stories that make you unique. So, let's join together, whether as friends or family, to transform every nook and cranny, every detail, into a manifesto of authenticity. Allow yourself to dare, reinvent, and above all, live with passion. Because in the end, the true beauty of a home lies in its ability to surprise, welcome, and inspire. And if, for a brief moment, you doubt the power of these changes, remember, I, with my 50+ years of experience, firmly believe that transformation begins with perspective. An attentive, critical gaze, filled with love for life, makes all the difference. Every piece, every color, every light has the potential to uplift the spirit and turn your space into a true sanctuary of positive energy. The secret is to never settle and always seek the extraordinary in the ordinary. As you take all this in, remember that the journey of transforming your home, and by extension, your life, is continuous. There's always a new detail to discover, a new combination to try, a new dream to pursue. So, don't wait for the right moment. The best time to start is now, with all the determination and authenticity you possess. If I, with my scars and victories, could transform my home into a space that truly represents me, you can too. Each day, face challenges as opportunities and, above all, keep the flame of creativity alive. And if anyone ever doubts your potential, smile softly and stay true to your purpose, because a home that reflects your essence is the best way to show who you really are. May this message accompany and inspire you to see the world with new eyes. Because, deep down, what truly matters isn't what others see, but what you feel when you are in your space, surrounded by the things that make you happy. And if someday you feel lost or directionless, remember, the power to change is in your hands. All it takes is the courage to take the first step and let the new emerge, without fear and with plenty of passion. So, I bid you farewell with an invitation. Transform your home into an authentic reflection of who you are. And if you need an extra dose of inspiration, come back here, revisit these 9 tips, and discover that the domestic revolution is closer than you think. May every detail of your home be a testament to your story, your struggles, and your victories. After all, true wealth isn't in what you have, but in who you are. Live intensely, dare to transform, and above all, never stop believing in the power of small changes.